Hello everyone! Welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day before starting the video. Please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Former WWE head writer Vince Russo spoke about Liv Morgan's recent public appearance. The star was present for the company's historic press conference this week before SmackDown. WWE just concluded a presser to announce that WrestleMania 43 will emanate from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The event was hosted by announcer Joe Tessitore and major stars such as The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Stephanie Vaquer, Logan Paul, Seth Rollins, and Triple H were present for the huge announcement. On a recent episode of Bro Down with host Mac Davis, Russo claimed it was surprising to see Morgan at the press conference. He questioned why WWE didn't have a star of her magnitude on TV every week. The veteran writer felt that Triple H was planning a huge moment and popped for her return. However, Morgan's absence from TV convinced Vince that the creative team didn't have any plans for her, Liv. Morgan last wrestled on the June 16th edition of Raw against Kairi Sane. She injured her shoulder and was unable to finish the match. It will be interesting to see if WWE has any plans to bring Liv back on TV anytime soon. Liv Morgan has long been one of WWE's most intriguing superstars, a performer whose mix of charisma, underdog spirit, and undeniable popularity with fans has kept her in the spotlight, even when creative directions have faltered. Yet her most recent public appearance outside of WWE television has sparked a storm of debate within the wrestling community, particularly because it caught the attention of a WWE veteran who expressed outright frustration at how she continues to be presented. In an exclusive reaction, the veteran bluntly declared, "They don't know what to do with her," voicing a sentiment that has lingered in fan circles for months, if not years. The appearance in question wasn't just a routine meet and greet or brand event. It was a media outing where Liv was spotted engaging with fans, media outlets, and even some cross-industry celebrities. Yet the conversation quickly shifted away from her charm and fashion choices to the ongoing narrative of her underutilization by WWE. What stood out was not simply that Liv Morgan was visible, but that she represented a performer who, despite being immensely over with audiences, continues to lack a consistent creative push that aligns with her star potential. The veteran's comments highlight a painful truth. Liv Morgan's WWE journey has been as much about what could have been as what actually happened. Liv Morgan's trajectory in WWE has been filled with stop-start booking patterns. She debuted as part of the Riot Squad, alongside Ruby Riott and Sarah Logan, carving out an identity as the youngest and most fiery of the group. While Ruby was presented as the leader and Sarah as the enforcer, Liv brought a chaotic energy that fans gravitated toward. When the Riot Squad disbanded, many predicted a breakout for Morgan, yet WWE's inconsistent booking prevented her from capitalizing fully. A few years later, she achieved the biggest moment of her career by cashing in her Money in the Bank briefcase and defeating Ronda Rousey to win the SmackDown Women's Championship in 2022. That victory cemented her as a legitimate singles star, and her reign, although controversial due to how it was booked, made her a household name among WWE fans. Still, the reign was marred by creative indecision. One week she was portrayed as a resilient underdog fighting against insurmountable odds. The next week she was booked in angles that made her look weaker rather than stronger. For example, her storyline with Ronda Rousey after the title win saw her subjected to criticism for not looking convincing in victory, and her babyface presentation left fans divided. While her popularity never waned, her portrayal as champion left many wondering if WWE truly knew how to handle her. The recent public appearance reopened this wound. According to eyewitness accounts and media coverage, Morgan appeared poised, radiant, and confident, embodying everything WWE often claims to want in a crossover star. Her social media engagement following the event skyrocketed, with fans flooding platforms like Twitter and Instagram with pictures and praise. Yet what stuck out most was the frustration voiced by the veteran, who felt that WWE has no long-term vision for her. "They don't know what to do with her," the veteran said in an exclusive remark, clearly indicating that Morgan is suffering from the same issue many popular stars have faced in WWE's modern era, a lack of creative consistency. The statement has fueled debate over whether Liv's current position on the roster is a reflection of her abilities. backstage dynamics, or simply WWE's hesitation to commit fully to her as one of their top-tier female stars. For context, Morgan has the tools to succeed on multiple levels. She has a passionate fan base that remains vocal about her role in WWE. She brings a unique aesthetic and personality that stand out in a division that can sometimes feel homogenized. She has shown steady improvement in the ring, evolving from the rookie days of the Riot Squad to someone who can deliver compelling matches with opponents ranging from Becky Lynch to Asuka to Ronda Rousey. Her ability to connect emotionally with fans, selling both her struggles and triumphs in a way that feels authentic, sets her apart from many others on the roster. Despite these strengths, WWE's hesitancy to slot her consistently in the main event scene has created a ceiling that she struggles to break through. The veterans' critique is particularly noteworthy because it echoes sentiments expressed by others within the industry. Over the years, several wrestling personalities have weighed in on Liv Morgan's career trajectory, often expressing sympathy for her situation. Some believe she has been a victim of WWE's tendency to focus heavily on a select few stars, such as Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Ronda Rousey, while leaving others, even those popular with fans, to orbit around them without meaningful direction. Others argue that WWE's women's division is deep enough that it's difficult to balance everyone's push at once, and Liv happens to be one of the casualties of that balancing act. Still, when a veteran publicly calls out WWE by saying they don't know what to do with her, it strikes a chord, suggesting her situation is less about talent and more about creative oversight. Her recent public appearance then becomes symbolic. On the surface, it was simply Liv Morgan doing what any WWE star might do, engaging with fans, representing the company, and keeping her profile visible. Beneath the surface, however, it reignited discussions about why someone so clearly marketable and well-liked is not being maximized on WWE programming. Many fans see her as a star who could rival the very top of the division, especially given the crossover potential she brings with her unique look, fashion-forward personality, and relatable backstory. From a business perspective, WWE has every reason to invest in Liv Morgan. Her merchandise sales have consistently been strong. Her fan interactions rank among the most passionate in the company, and her mainstream appeal continues to grow. She has been featured in outside projects, including television appearances and collaborations that expand WWE's footprint beyond wrestling. Yet, despite all these assets, the disconnect between her public persona and her WWE storylines remains glaring. This disconnect is exactly what the veterans' critique addressed, pointing out that WWE's inability to figure out how to present her effectively has left her in limbo. The question now becomes, where does Liv Morgan go from here? WWE has opportunities to re-establish her as a central figure in the women's division, especially with major events like WrestleMania and international premium live events on the horizon. If WWE were to commit to a long-term story for her, whether as a beloved underdog or as a rebellious anti-hero, fans would likely rally behind it. Her organic popularity is not something that can be manufactured, and that authenticity is a rare commodity in wrestling. At the same time, WWE risks alienating her supporters if they continue to book her inconsistently, giving her fleeting moments of spotlight before pushing her back into the background. The veterans comment, "They don't know what to do with her," resonates because it captures both the frustration of the performer and the audience. Fans want to see Liv succeed because they see themselves in her journey. She wasn't born into wrestling royalty. She didn't debut as an instantly polished performer, and she has worked relentlessly to earn every opportunity. That relatability fuels her connection, and it's why her recent public appearance generated so much attention in the first place. It reminded fans of her star qualities, but it also reminded critics of how underutilized she remains. This situation is not unique to Liv Morgan, but she has become one of the most visible examples of WWE's modern creative struggles. Balancing a deep roster of talented women while ensuring consistent storytelling is a challenge, but in Morgan's case, the failure to fully capitalize on her momentum has been especially glaring. The veterans' critique may serve as a wake-up call for WWE management, signaling that industry insiders and fans alike see her potential being wasted. Whether WWE chooses to act on that feedback remains to be seen. But one thing is clear, Liv Morgan's story is far from over, and the passion surrounding her ensures that her future will continue to be a major topic of conversation. Her public appearances, her performances in the ring, and her undeniable connection with the WWE Universe all point to a star who deserves more than sporadic opportunities. The ball is now in WWE's court to decide whether they will finally figure out what to do with Liv Morgan, or whether they will allow her to remain an underutilized talent, leaving veterans, fans, and Morgan herself wondering about the career that could have been. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.